Okay, everybody, this is going to be a quick little discussion video. So I saw a post that kind of triggered this question for me, or this discussion, I guess I should say. The person that was talking about Ben 10, which is a Cartoon Network cartoon that was put out mid 2000s, I guess early 2000s maybe, and it's pretty popular. And it deals with a kid who basically finds a alien watch kind of thing that attaches to his arm, and he can use it to turn into various different kinds of aliens with various powers and skill sets. One of them super strong, one of them super intelligent, one of them can run at super speed, all kinds of stuff. And he at first he can't really control it for a long time. Most of the series he can't control it, and it just turns into whatever random thing it wants to turn into. But somehow it usually turns into something that's useful to him most of the time. Well, it's a cool cartoon. I'm not downputting it. I actually like Ben 10. I haven't kept up with it over the years, but I've always liked it. And I watched it when it kind of first came out when I was younger, and it was cool. Um, but the person that posted this like post or whatever, they were talking about how original it was, and how truly unique the story was, and I had to kind of step back and be like, by the way, buddy, I don't know if you know this, but there's a comic book from the '60s called Dial H for Hero that's very, very similar in story structure and plot. And it's true. I mean, they're not, it's not, they're not carbon copies of each other, but they are pretty similar. Doll Eat Your Hero is a story about a kid, again, but this kid has blonde hair and glasses, so a little bit different than Ben. But it's about a kid who finds a dial, and I forget if the dial is magical or scientific based. I think it's an alien dial, so they're probably similar in that regard too. And the dial, it allows him to turn it, and he can turn it into various different superheroes instead of aliens. But the premise is the same. It's a kid that can turn into different types of things that allow him that allow him to conquer his whatever he's going up against that day, you know. And so it's a very similar premise, turning into powerful things that have abilities that help you out. So it basically brings the question that is there original ideas anymore, truly original concepts anymore? I like to think there's not. I mean, I know that sounds kind of like pessimist of me, but I feel like there's really not that many original. If there is, there's very few truly original ideas out there when it comes to storytelling. Because humans have been writing stories in some form, either stone drawings and stories, or written poems or ballads. We've been doing storytelling for hundreds, thousands of years probably, and you've covered we've pretty much covered everything for the most part. There of course there's been breakthroughs in storytelling with totally original ideas, but I feel like by this point most of them have been taken, and it's all about. But nowadays it's all about how you can make it your own, how you can take that story, certain elements from different stories that you either like or have been inspired by. You can mix them together and kind of create a new flavor per se. I feel like that's what all storytelling is nowadays. It's just about how new of something you can make out of something familiar, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, lots of great stories can be traced to elements from other things. Like all of us, we all talk when we talk about movies. We always compare trailers to other movies we've seen. Like we'll be like, oh, this has kind of a Breaking Bad vibe going on, even though it's a show that's not Breaking Bad, but it has similar elements. Like say, it has a man that's trying to having a midlife crisis and is trying to become a bad guy or trying to make money, or it's about a drug empire of some form. We automatically will draw comparisons to other things that are similar to that have similar story beats. I don't know. I just that question, that post just kind of sparked this question in me. Like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think there's still room for truly original ideas that have not been done in any way, shape, or form yet? Or do you think that all storytelling is just pieced together from other various forms of stories and media? I'm also curious to know, how similar does something have to be before you start to call it a copy or a reboot or a ripoff? Like, where does the line draw for you? Like, where it's either between story elements being taken to and improved upon, or is it just a carbon copy of something else? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for some other videos, and thank you guys as always.